they finally did it. They made a yellow cliff jumper. You know, for a character as important as him, especially with the responsibility of protecting a potential planet for the Autobot resistance, you'd think they actually give him a name, but he starts out with B-127, and he got not one, but 2 Cybertronian toys in Studio Series. This is the regular release, not the buzzworthy Bumblebee one, and B makes for a speedy Cybertronian car that's a remold of Cliff Jumper that uses parts from an off-road Bumblebee. What a cycle. I like the slick motion that flows through the overall shape and components, creating an alien shell. Note the dark windscreen strip that splits with an addition of yellow paint, tying in the Camaro stripes. I love the headlights split down the middle, the mechanical mechanisms detailed at the front, wheels roll pretty well, but I'm not sure if those are taillights or boosters. The weapon can theoretically tab in from the underside of the shell, but it pops off pretty easily, especially since the waist piece pushes against it. I think it's a suitable alt mode for the eventual Bumblebee, given the young, speedy nature. Its swooping and rounded motion fits the character's profile in many incarnations, so I say this is pretty fitting for the bot. Robot mode. It's funny, B looks chunky and round in the right places, although it's a bit much. The backpack is a bunch of panels folded in on itself, and the legs have a side panel that doesn't lock in, as well as the panel that keeps hitting each other on the other side. However, those issues aside, I really like the clunky shoes, the torso with the Cybertronian lights, and along with the blocky lower arms, the colors look good too. Maybe the yellow's a tad bright, but all the dark gray and gunmetal settle it down. I'm loving the head with the battle mask. Could be more crisp, but it feels more bulked out. I guess you could swap it for the Jeep version, or more likely, the buzzworthy release. It's almost like ball joint ahead, hinge, ball joint shoulders, rotation below, elbow bend, waist rotation, ball joint hips, rotation below, knee bend, foot forward, back, and ball joint. Posability is fine, though the wheels limit the shoulders. Also on my copy, the elbow was limited because this outer piece was the same as the opposite side. This was a strange misassembly error I had to modify. Don't worry, this is probably not an ongoing issue. Although this is the second time I've had this issue. Let's take a look at the accessory. The unpainted cannon only plugs over this hand, and it looks good. You can't properly store it, but I just used the gap in the backpack. Also, you can reuse the blade from the Volksbee. Whether you try and go for this or the buzzworthy Bumblebee version, it'll look good with the other Cybertronian Autobots. The transformation and weapon storage could be better, and you might be tired of Bumblebee, but I think this is a good version. How is there traffic in war, by the way? Explain that, Theorem.